I feel that there is a common sentiment in the shared consciousness space right now. And of course, that is because it is also individually present, right? I'm right there with you. Many of us have set the intention of creating a fruitful life that does not require us to work in draining lines of work or feel a need to subscribe to doing work that is not aligned, not resonant, non-passion, essentially, just to go make money. And what this triggers is an emotional and mind conditioning block. Maybe you feel it as well in your right chest. This is signifying fear of financial insecurity. Why? Because the life so far has shown us that this other type of life, where working for survival is a thing, that at least that has been a way to, have the things that our mind thinks we need. Totally understandable. Subconscious program was built with that program installed by our caretakers. Not their fault. They did their best. We're nothing but grateful for them, what they did, and how they did. Because if they had raised us understanding how to instantaneously embody and access the vibrations of joy, abundance, alignment, and unconditional love for self, we wouldn't have this opportunity right this moment to get to make this shift. That's our first unlock in this shift is forgiveness and gratitude. So let's let that soak in. Breathe in forgiveness. Breathe out gratitude. In forgiveness. Everyone did their best. And exhale, we are nothing but grateful. So we can do that till our vibration elevates. Another big plus is now we know how to conserve. Super useful life skill. Gratitude for that. So now we have shifted into forgiveness and gratitude. Forgiveness in, gratitude out. Let it go. So they decided to live in a perpetual state of survival, right? We're aware of this. That means we can breathe in forgiveness. They did what they thought they had to do, and we can breathe out gratitude because they gave us literally everything possible. Why gratitude? Why forgiveness? Forgiveness is for our hearts. It lets us return to unconditional love so that we can welcome abundance, so that we can see the entire universe as our playground for our abundance to unlock, for us to express ourselves genuinely without fear, without hiding, because then we are blocking ourselves from our abundance unlocking. So this is the mission now, is for us to be in the vibration of unconditional love for ourselves and for all those who we encounter, right? So the gratitude, even we chose certain relationships and jobs and ways of being, and even like resonances at times that also had us living in a state of survival. So if they hadn't shown us what survival looks like, we probably wouldn't have been so aware that we did the same thing. So their conditioning, probably the same that all of our ancestors had, was also passed to us. And thankfully, we made the same moves at some point, most likely, right? And we observed the awareness that's what happened. And that gave us the freedom to create a better life for ourselves, right? So let's change, uh, let's change the word better, right? Because then that means we're kind of looking at their way of living at our way of living as superior. But let's change better to more resonant. So we are giving ourselves the freedom through this awareness. We're giving ourselves the freedom which they helped us to cultivate to create a more resonant life for ourselves. Okay, so forgiveness in for all that the choices they made. Forgiveness for all the unconscious programming that they had that they let play in the background. We understand because we've done it too. Forgiveness and gratitude out. Gratitude. That now we get to create lives of freedom for ourselves and change the entire scope for our whole bloodline, actually, and for many others. Alignment, freedom, passion, and resonant. That's the life we are now living. And it's giving us the freedom to enjoy life, to feel fulfilled and inspired by what we are observing ourselves doing. Literally, now we get to be the one that we're inspired by. Because work that drains us, work that isn't aligned, not resonant with our hearts, we're not passionate about it. That just means surviving, paying bills, just getting through life uninspired. That is not how we choose to live. We choose to live a life of freedom, to enjoy life, to feel fulfilled, purposeful, inspired, even admiring what we are doing. That is what we are working towards right now. That is our new reality. What is the cost? Dedication. Dedication to building a life where we do what we love a lot. So again, to summarize so far, the conditioning was that more work equaled more drained because work meant doing what they felt had to be done to make ends meet, to survive, to support making it through. Why would being dedicated be attractive in this context? That's why we always quitted before. I know that's not the word. It's okay. But that's why nothing ever lasted for us, because this was the definition in our subconscious. And that is why we did not ever feel like building a life of dedication. But now we are getting freedom. We are building a life full of doing what we love. Freedom from survival. Freedom from draining work, from non-resonant activities that drained our life force. Freedom from seeing all these inspiring stories all around us, knowing that we can have this reality, feeling our whole energetic body just sounding off, but we had lost hope that that could be us. But it can be us. We can live a life that inspires us by dedicating our lives to doing what we love. Why? Because then we're going to be in the resonance of love and joy and enjoyment. Fun. Yes, we can have that. And now we know that by locking into this, we can feel motivated and inspired to take on more. Because now work won't drain us. We'll be doing what fuels us, what gets excited, what gets us excited. about every moment, every next day. So we forgive our caretakers for living in survival. We resonate with gratitude for everything that they did. We're looking forward to being dedicated to our most resonant, aligned life. What about joy, abundance, alignment, and unconditional love? It feels like we are still observing uncertainty about how to create the joy and abundance. I know what we need, a reminder of how to feel faithful. If we want to live life being as uniquely us as possible, and basically, or literally, yes, literally, if we desire to get paid to just be ourselves, then we are from now on embodying being in a resonance of pure self-love, pure self-acceptance, gratitude for how we are, for every which genuine emotion and feeling and action we take, gratitude for all of it, admiring ourselves for exactly who we are with all of our uniqueness, for all of our interests, 100% us, because the exact person we are is exactly why we're getting paid to exist. Straight up. And now we forgive ourselves. We've always done our best. Leave the negative self-talk out of this, okay? What we've done at every stage is the best we could do at that very moment, period. Breathe in forgiveness. Breathe out gratitude for self. Breathe in forgiveness. Breathe out gratitude and admiration for self. Smile. Now, unconditional love. I, from now on, allow me to be me, and I choose to love me no matter what. I choose my heart over anybody else's. And that doesn't mean I am being mean or inconsiderate or have any blockages energetically or that I'm hurting anyone. I'm not. I'm a great-hearted person. So I'll do as much as I can for everyone around me, always, but just not instead of what my heart's telling me. Because to create my best life, I need to be in the resonance of self-love, being inspired by me, and I need as much energy as possible to transmute into purpose. Choosing to fill up my cup with joy and fun and self-love means being free to live life just exactly how I please. And that's going to be the most effective way to be present in my life, my relationships, observing my decisions and life's dedication and feeling inspired. Like every single thing that's happened was to build this life of freedom. A byproduct will be the capability of pouring into all my loved ones too. Now, the homework is stay in the joy, the unconditional love, And let's all continue to admire exactly how we are. Let's enjoy some time with self. Let's be our own best friend. Let's intentionally be our own audience throughout the day. That doesn't mean not to share things. Who am I to tell you that? But the things that build us up, first time through, let's really lean into that relationship with self. Because we've always been here for ourselves. And even if we haven't been, we're going to start doing that more now. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Breathe in. Forgive. We always did our best. As we learn, we apply the knowledge. This is the journey. Yeah. Sa. So. Ha. Shri Aum. So